Every day, millions of people trust a machine with their money. You insert a card, you enter a PIN, you hear a familiar sound, cash being counted, and you walk away, believing your money is safe. But what if that machine is already compromised? What if, at this very moment, somewhere in the world, an ATM is being emptied, without violence, without alarms, without a single fingerprint? This is not a movie. This is not fiction. From silent malware attacks to explosive heists, from Europe to Asia, this is the hidden war on ATM machines. And billions of dollars are disappearing in plain sight. ATM machines were designed to make life easier. They never sleep, they never ask questions, and they handle more cash than most bank branches ever will. Today, there are more than 3 million ATMs operating worldwide. Every minute, thousands of transactions take place. Small withdrawals, large withdrawals, routine transactions that feel harmless. But behind that convenience lies a harsh reality. An ATM is not just a machine, it is a computer, connected to a network, running software, and wherever there is software, there is vulnerability. For criminals, ATMs are not machines of convenience. They are targets. The earliest ATM crimes didn't involve hacking. They involved deception. Criminals discovered a simple truth. If you can copy a card, you can steal a life's savings. They installed tiny devices, called skimmers, right on top of card slots, almost invisible, almost undetectable, a hidden camera, a fake keypad, a moment of distraction. In seconds, your card data is stolen, your PIN recorded, and your account duplicated onto a blank card. Victims often realize the crime too late, when their balance reads zero. Skimming spread rapidly across the United States, Europe, Asia, and Africa. Millions were lost, and trust began to erode. Banks responded with chip-based cards, but criminals didn't stop. They evolved. Around the early 2010s, something changed. ATMs were no longer just being tricked. Cybercriminals learned how to install malware directly into ATM systems. This technique became known as jackpotting. No cards, no customers, just a command. At a specific time, the ATM would simply start releasing cash, like a slot machine that always wins. One of the most infamous malwares was Tyupkin. Another was Plutus. These attacks were silent, clean, and devastating. Entire ATM networks were drained overnight. The machine did exactly what it was told to do. The problem was, it was listening to criminals. Then came something far bigger. A cybercrime group known as Carbonac didn't target ATMs directly. They targeted the banks themselves, using phishing emails. They infected bank employees' computers, watched their screens, learned their systems, and then, they took control. Carbonac attackers issued commands to ATMs across the world. At precise times, cash would be dispensed. Mules collected the money. No alarms, no immediate detection. The total damage, more than $1 billion across over 40 countries. It was one of the largest digital bank robberies in history, and most customers never even knew how close their money came to disappearing. In 2016, the world witnessed a wake-up call. Hackers infiltrated the Bangladesh bank's SWIFT system, the international messaging network used by banks globally. Fraudulent transfer requests were sent. Millions of dollars moved across borders. Some transfers failed, others succeeded. $81 million vanished. This was not a small cybercrime. This was a global financial incident. It exposed a terrifying truth. Even central banks are vulnerable. The question was no longer if banks could be hacked, but when. In some parts of the world, criminals chose brute force. Gas explosions, controlled detonations, entire ATMs blown open in seconds. Germany, the Netherlands, South Africa. These attacks were loud, dangerous, and often reckless. Buildings were damaged, lives were risked, but the message was clear. Cash machines were under siege, from every possible direction. Not all threats came from the outside. Sometimes, the danger wore an ID badge. Technicians, contractors, bank employees. Insider information made attacks easier, faster, more precise. A single leaked password, a shared access card, a moment of trust abused. Security experts agree. The insider threat remains one of the hardest to stop. Banks were forced to respond. They upgraded systems, encrypted communications, deployed AI-driven fraud detection. Modern ATMs now monitor behavior patterns. How often cash is withdrawn, where commands originate, how machines behave internally. Cameras watch constantly, alerts trigger instantly, limits restrict damage. Security today is stronger than ever, but so are the attackers. In most cases, banks absorb the losses, but the real cost is trust. Each headline damages confidence. Each breach creates fear. For ordinary people, a single ATM withdrawal feels routine. For cybercriminals, It's a battlefield. Some believe ATMs will disappear, replaced by digital wallets, biometrics, cashless systems. Others believe cash will never die. But one thing is certain, as long as money exists, someone will try to steal it. And the war on ATM machines, silent, complex, global, is far from over. The next time you stand in front of an ATM, listen carefully, not to the sound of cash being counted, but to the silence. Because in that silence, a hidden war continues, and the outcome affects us all.